What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just going to be running around shooting zombies and leveling up my guns, but I did want to talk about one topic that has been kind of bothering me a little bit lately. It's just I don't entirely agree with what the community is saying about Modern Warfare 3. So what I've been hearing a lot on Twitter, or even some of my friends have been talking about it, how Modern Warfare 3 is a DLC. And I know a lot of you have been playing the game already, so you guys have formed your own opinions and whatnot, but at the same time, I know some of you might still be waiting for Black Friday or for Christmas, or are just waiting to see how the game actually runs or plays after about a month before you go ahead and spend money on that $70 price tag that this game is. What I want to talk about is why I think that this game is not a DLC. There's so many reasons. So a lot of the arguments that I've been hearing is how they're just giving back what they took away, and it's just recycled maps and whatnot. But first things first, I want to talk about a few years ago how the entire Call of Duty community was begging for Modern Warfare 2 2009 to be reworked and all the maps to be back, and we're willing to spend $40 on it just to play those old maps again. So with that being said, if the entire Call of Duty community is willing to spend $40 on just the maps, I don't see why $70 would be too much to ask for. But you know, that's neither here nor there. That's just one of the things that I was hearing. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It's just like, you're willing to pay this much for essentially what they gave us, and they give us so much more. Like Modern Warfare 2 2022, I know it wasn't the best game and they took away a lot of different things. The biggest thing they took away was the movement mechanics and the red dots on the mini-map. Well, okay, Infinity Ward took that away and everybody complained. Call of Duty was probably some of the least played Call of Duty in the history of Call of Duty, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't have the statistics or anything, but I know a lot of my friends and a lot of people on YouTube were complaining so bad about it that they just didn't even want to play it. So if we're going to talk about just that in general, it's a step up from that, because they added slide canceling, they added more mantle speeds, you could reload cancel again, which you haven't been able to do in a while. And on top of that, they added the red dots back to the minimap. So that's 4 things I think that revolve around the gameplay aspect of a video game. When you change the gameplay aspect of a video game, in my opinion, that's already an entirely new game. But I'm going to talk about other things that they added. Let's talk about how many weapons they added. So they added about 37 new weapons, as you guys may or may not have seen. And there's 77 weapons from Modern Warfare 2, and that's over the entire lifespan, so all the seasons and whatnot. So 37 new weapons. In my recollection of DLCs in the past, they probably only released a few weapons, and they probably released an operator or a few maps, and that's about it. So 37 entirely new weapons, right? Okay, now let's talk about the camos. How many camos do you guys think they added? Because I did the numbers, and just for multiplayer alone, they released 140 plus new base camos. That's 18 new base camo sets. So 140 new camos just for multiplayer, playing multiplayer, right? How many camos do you think they released for zombies? It's about 400 camos just for zombies. Is that not insane? Like, is that not a lot of fucking content for a DLC? I mean, okay, so you're saying it's a big DLC. Okay, well, like I said, they usually only release 2-3 maps maybe. Well, in this one, they released 16 maps. I know they're old, but they're great fucking maps. Not every single one is the best, but most of them are great. That's why a lot of people were willing to spend $40 on these maps to come back in its own separate game. Right? Oh, I forgot to mention, in total, that makes 556 brand new camos for your guns, and there was already 278 from Modern Warfare 2. So in total, they're giving us 834 camos total. You're like, oh, that's too much camos, what am I gonna do with it? Well, it's just the option to have it, is it not? Like, and then let's talk about something else that they added, because already I feel like this many camos, 540 camos, is a lot of fucking camos, right? And then the attachments that they added. Now, I don't know about you guys, but they added almost 100 plus attachments. That's a lot of fucking attachments for a DLC. That is a lot of attachments for a DLC. You're like, oh, I'm never gonna use that many attachments. Well, I mean, did you use all the attachments in Modern Warfare 2? No. But that was an entirely new game because they changed the movement mechanics and they gave you new camos and they gave you new attachments. But Modern Warfare 3 is a DLC, right? I mean, okay. I mean, make it make sense to me. Am I tripping? Or is this just not making sense to anyone else? No. What else did they do? Oh, they changed the UI in the HUD. I know it's similar, but it's changed. It's a little bit outdated. It's fine. I don't understand why that is complained about. Then we want to talk about perks. The perk system. Oh, they just made it gloves and boots. Well, no. Now you get the vest. And essentially, they're giving us brand new ways to build our class with the vest, the boots, and the gloves. They gave us dead silence back. I know it's not completely silent, but who the fuck could hear over all the gunfire and the grenades that are going off while you're playing the game? And okay, I get it. You probably play search and destroy and you're like, oh, I'm not completely silent. Well, you know, we can't always get everything we wanted, especially in a new video game. It doesn't mean you have to like the new video game, but that argument is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if this is a DLC or not. And let's talk about another big thing that this game added that, in my opinion, makes it not a DLC. They added an entirely new zombies mode. What zombies have you ever played that is like this? You're gonna say Outbreak? Well, this is the upgraded version of Outbreak. This is a lot better. In my opinion, I like this zombies a lot more than Vanguard zombies. Is it better than the Treyarch zombies? Well, Treyarch worked on this zombies. Let's not forget that. Treyarch is the one who built the zombies. Is it round-based? No, it's not round-based. But if you look, I'm in an open world. I feel immersed in the universe. And if I were to go deep into here, which I have already, it's fucking insane. It took like fucking 6 clips to kill the big fucking monster as soon as you enter that area. Have you guys even played zombies? You guys even give it a try? Like actually run into zone tier 2 and tier 3 without a pack-a-punch weapon or having to go find a pack-a-punch weapon? Like I don't think you guys are giving this game a chance even. And if you have and you don't like it, you know what? Like I said, you don't have to like it. You can like it or dislike it, but it's a brand new game mode and it's a brand new everything. You're gonna tell me just because you don't like something in a video game that makes it a DLC? I understand. And in this zombies mode, you can meet up with a squad and queue up as 6 people. I can finally play with my entire friend group. That's insane. I can play zombies with my entire friend group. I don't have to just limit it to 4 like how they do in round-based zombies. Or I don't have to limit it to 3 like how DMZ was. They're saying, oh, this is just like DMZ. Well, no, it's not. It's not. It's a lot better than DMZ. DMZ was boring as fuck. Did you guys even play DMZ last year? DMZ was an entirely new game mode. But Modern Warfare 2 was a brand new game and not a DLC. Interesting. It's just interesting. And then another thing that I don't like, but it's brand new. It's a new fucking system. It's the armory system. In my opinion, the armory system is not as bad as people making it out to be, because when you're a low level, when you hit level 25 and you want the MCW, which you unlock at level 42, you can still unlock it early. So you could unlock your weapons early. The only thing I don't like it is how they lock attachments. They lock attachments behind the armory system, and you have to do daily challenges, which is fine because it's just like you do 3 and then you just have to win the games, and those count as your daily challenges every game you win. But it's like there's so many things in the armory that like I don't even get to unlock everything even when I'm level 55. So I don't like it, but it's an entirely new system. It's brand new. And then they brought back war mode from World War II. I know they just brought it back, so that makes it a DLC. Well, no, because they could have brought war mode back in a lot of other games too, but they didn't bring it back. And now that they have brought it back, if you've played the game mode, it's hella fucking fun. You load in, there's 3 different objectives. I mean, well, hey, let's talk about a game mode that they did introduce that's new to the game, which in my opinion, again, I don't really like, but it's called Cutthroat. Have you guys played Cutthroat? It's cool. It reminds me a little bit of Apex when I used to play Apex. 3v3v3, but usually what happens is you're fighting a team and then the other team third parties, and just reminds me of Apex, so I don't play it much, but that's an entirely new game mode. Does that not warrant it to be a new game? And then we want to talk about when you're building a class. Have you guys even noticed that you could press L2 and you could see the detailed stats of when you put an attachment on? Go into your gunsmith right now, click on an attachment, or click on like barrel. Go to one of the barrel attachments and press L2, and it'll tell you in percentages what it changes about your gun. They gave us something we've been asking for a long time. They gave us detailed stats, which is what we've been asking for. They gave us slide canceling, which is what we've been asking for. They gave us red dots back, which is what we've been asking for. They gave us 16 new maps that we've been asking for and said we would pay $40 for. They gave us almost everything we could have asked for. The only reason they didn't give us all of it is because from my understanding, I saw a video the other day, I forget who posted it, but Sledgehammer was locked behind Infinity Ward's decision making. So everything that they did with this game, they had to run it through Infinity Ward, which is weird because that's never been done in a Call of Duty before, but you know, it's not my place to say. I want to talk about something that the community's been asking for. Let's talk about how the community's been asking for carryover skins and operators for years, and it's finally happened. I read a tweet the other day. Somebody said, why did they bring over all the skins and the operators? This makes it more of a DLC. And my homie said, no, they shouldn't have brought it over because that's not a new game. It's not a brand new game. It's like, bro, the entire community's been asking for it. What did they do wrong here to make everybody think that this game is a DLC? So you're telling me that they introduced all of these things, every single one of these things, right? Not even to mention, I didn't even talk about the completionist camos. There's 12 of them. There's 12. Last game they only had 4. They only had 4 completionist camos. It was gold, platinum, polyatomic, and Orion. But that's a new game. This one has 12 camos for completionists, and this is not a new game. Now, my homie said, bro, they could have just put that in any game and it's just a big DLC. All they did was change the mechanics, and they put new skins and new operators, and they gave us another campaign. Not to mention, we got a 14 mission campaign. You know how many campaign missions were in MW2? 17. You know how many were in Modern Warfare 2019? 14. So Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 3 2023 have the same amount of campaign missions. But I hear people are saying it's too short. And like I said, you don't have to like the campaign to realize that this is an entirely new game. But anyways, my homie was saying all that, and he said it's just a DLC because all they did was change the movement and give us new maps and give us new operators and give us new skins. So my argument to that is, so what is Halo? The entire Halo series. What is Gears of War? The entire Gears of War series. For most of the Gears of War games, for most of the Halo games, is it not the same main character? Is it not the same multiplayer? It doesn't even change the gameplay mechanics. If it did, it slightly did. The gameplay mechanics are the same in those games, but we recognize those games as brand new games and want to complain that this one is a fucking DLC. So by that logic, are all Halo games just DLCs? Just big DLCs? And are all Gears of War games just big DLCs? Now I know people are gonna say, oh well, The Witcher had a big DLC and they didn't charge for it, or Monster Hunter World didn't charge for a big DLC. But those are MMOs. This is a first-person shooter. You never see a DLC this big in a first-person shooter. With all that being said, my genuine opinion is that Modern Warfare 3 is not a DLC. They've given us hundreds of new things, plenty of new features, and different game modes. And just because Sledgehammer is giving us stuff back that Infinity Ward took away, I don't think Sledgehammer should be penalized or be called lazy just for giving us stuff, especially when they only had a year and a half to work on it and had to run their ideas by Infinity Ward in order to get it through to the actual game, Modern Warfare 3. But hey, if you guys have your own opinions, leave them down in the comments below. I just personally don't think that this is a DLC. It just doesn't make any sense to me. There's just hundreds upon hundreds of new things with this game, and I know some of the stuff are recycled and some of them are brought back, but all those things recycled and brought back is what everyone's been asking for. So it's like, if you don't like the game because you think it's a DLC, or you don't want to play it because you think it's a DLC, you know, have fun on Modern Warfare 2 playing like this or like this and just fucking running around like this all day, and then probably hitting a fucking slide like that and not even able to shoot. We could shoot when we slide. You guys remember Modern Warfare 2? Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about, bro? Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to rant today. I'll talk about this thing that's been on my mind lately because I've been seeing it all over Twitter. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying your day. Hopefully you guys are having a good grind on Call of Duty, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Hit that slide cancel before I leave. Oh, bitch. I'll play MW2. You can't do this in MW2, dumbass.
Find the best friend in the world.